defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. On the left hash, officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Now a first down run here. This is Vereen. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And New York set to take the field. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They come out here in the eye. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. Well, you mind if we go off topic for a second?
No,
you know I like to do that randomly. AFC playoff contenders for this year that didn't make it last season. Who do you have that might get in?
Well, I think Cincinnati's got to be considered there. Maybe they'd have an offseason that's calm, and they go into this season and try and get back to the playoffs where they had been perennials. How about Denver?
Yeah.
Remember last year they didn't have the quarterback to start. Trevor Siemian played pretty well overall, but maybe they can get solidified there and ride that strong defense right back into the playoffs. I'm going to give you a little bit off the pace. Indianapolis cannot afford to squander Andrew Luck, one of the better young quarterbacks in the game. They've got to get back to the playoffs. And Buffalo, brand new head coach, brand new people running the ball club. Let's see if they can figure it out, because I think defensively they can be awfully strong.
A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And quickly they get to the line. Now a play fake here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you.
And it's a fumble, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
They'll get 17 yards there. Good enough for a Kansas City first down. Red zone opportunity. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Back to throw, Smith. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. And now they're in the hurry-up. Throwing on third down, Smith. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone,
tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
So put another 3 on the board, and all things considered, a good opening drive here to begin the third quarter.
It sure was. I think as a head coach, you're happy to come out and put a little drive together, take the 3 points, and build on your lead.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, man, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
And the offense moving quickly to the line. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. And now here comes Kansas City. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about
that.
Super toe.
15 yards there on the catch and run.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. This will be caught just inside the 10. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
Smith going to turn and give to Charles. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance, they're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now. A fresh set of downs, and they're at the 1. First and goal. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Got to give a lot of credit to the defensive front there. They held their ground.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Kelvin Shepard in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Well, this defensive unit certainly picked a great time to make a stand. Back-to-back sacks, starting with...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jonathan Casillas in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good, and that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So 3 points is the outcome, but probably not what they're looking for given the drive that they were on.
Yeah, things were looking good. You had it first and goal, but then the offense sputters a bit, and they're forced to settle for a field goal.
Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
They go back to the air here after the INT. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Let's look ahead for a quick minute. We don't have the schedules yet for next year, but what we do have are the 5 international games that will be played, 4 in London and then 1 again in Mexico, Jacksonville, Baltimore, Miami, New Orleans, Cleveland, Minnesota, Rams, and Arizona. Those in London, and then Mexico's going to get a great game. The Raiders and New England.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And just think about the ones in London. Remember, they're splitting them between the 2 different stadiums in London, so they get a different flavor in all of these places. But Mexico, for the 2nd straight year, the Raiders are coming to town. That should be a whole lot of fun.
Should be a ton of fun and a very good matchup. From the gun on third down, Manning to Shepard, complete over the middle. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for him, too.
Now Manning. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
But it's not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete. But you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
And the Chiefs showing a dime look as they defend this third down. To throw is Manning. It's caught, Shepard. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, you're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
They'll run with Darquan. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Only a yard on the gain there as time will run out on this third quarter of play. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's third and a yard. They come up in an offset eye. And, Charles, a couple extra defensive backs in here on 3rd and 1.
Not expecting them to run it at all.
Let's go. Now a run with a fullback Johnson. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. And they're going to speed things up here. Now Darquan. And room there to work it inside the 25. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Not ideal spot to be on first down, but I love that the play caller did not immediately abandon the running game and say, okay, we got to throw it in order to pick it up. Stayed with the run, was rewarded with a big-time pickup. Now they're in second and manageable. Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
And just a couple yards there down to the 17. Tamba Ali there to bring him down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
On second down, Perkins. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's third down. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. And an extra DB here for the Chiefs on third down.
Pass situation.
Throwing is Manning on third down. Hitting Donnell here, the tight end right side. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line now. Here's Darquan. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They come up in an offset out. They'll run again now with Darquan. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line is just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now. And that was a nice play. He knocked it away, but obviously you want the interception in this situation. You want to take away any chance and they have any decision to make on 4th down. But things happen so quickly in the end zone in this compressed area of the field that you're just happy to knock it away and not allow a touchdown.
Now Manning, gotta have this one. And that is incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. And now here comes Kansas City. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line.
Every now and then when we see a really good run, we really tend to focus on what other people did in order for that run to happen. What the offensive line did, what the receivers did to help. Sometimes the running back's pretty good, too. And on that play, he picked up a lot of good yardage and made it happen with great effort.
They're going to hurry back to the line now. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Six yards to go here on 2nd down. Out of the gun, Smith. Escaping the pressure right. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Incomplete pass on 2nd down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Fresh set of downs here. As they've done all day, they run with Charles. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
They were stopped on that play. We've had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Smith going to throw it. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Jason Pierre-Paul in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. And the defense will try and pin their ears back and get pressure again here after the sack. It's 3rd down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. He's going to go deep for Conley. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Landon Collins. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. The New York set to take the field. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a fourth down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the safety here, Ron Parker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now here comes Kansas City. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll keep it on the ground with Charles again. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
The offense is in total control right now. And while they don't want to be in anything close to a hurry-up, they want to make sure they do things with discipline now. Get to the line of scrimmage, line up correctly, take time off the clock, snap the ball late in the play clock, and run the game out.
They run it here. Where? And he'll get across the 20, but only to about the 22-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Here we go with Charles. And he is going to lose yardage here. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is, because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with one in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
We're awake, we're alive, got the fire in our eyes. We're the kings, we're the queens, and if this is just a dream, don't wanna wake up and let this feeling break up. Running out of style, got the fight, got the stuff, got the never giving up, not gonna shake us, nothing's gonna break us. You know the power of the song, everybody sings along, well, that's us.
everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's the Buccaneers going up against the Steelers. So let's get you up to the Steel City. Standing by in Pittsburgh, here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, and Heinz Field. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The first carry now for Doug Martin. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Here's the offense, and highlighted as a guy who gave himself his own nickname, the Dugginator.
Brandon, you really can't nickname yourself, but if he keeps running at this level, he'll have plenty of good nicknames to choose from.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Jameis to throw it. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first.
Brandon, more and more offenses are going to the philosophy of using every inch of the field to try and spread things out. And when you're running back and catch the ball as well, that can only help your offense.
So the D-line's going to spread out. And a first carry here for Charles Sims. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Anytime a team goes on the road, there's always that little bit of fear that maybe they can be affected by the hometown crowd. But this is where game planning really came into play. They talked about it all week. Go in there, establish yourselves. Well, that run right there, that slows down the crowd and gives them a lot of confidence.
Back to the ground. This time it's Martin. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. And a look at the defense now. Second down to the offense in search of 6 yards. They run it again with Martin. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
When the 4-3 defense is functioning really well, you know who stays what we call clean and no one gets to him? The guy playing the middle linebacker position, the guy we call Mike. That means the defensive front is eating up all the blocks and just let him go to the football and make a play.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. Winston from the gun on 3rd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
These two. Here we go. Block. Watch the shit. Watch the shit. Alert.
Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. Offensive starters time. Electric is certainly a word that comes to mind when you talk about Le'Veon Bell.
Love the way that he reshaped his body coming out of college. A bigger, thicker runner while he was at Michigan State. Lost weight, became more of a whippet in the NFL. And now no one can tackle the guy, whether he's running it or catching it.
20. Le'Veon Bell. Kiss him goodbye. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Le'Veon Bell, 49 yards. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And with the new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. This complete to Josh Huff. And call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They come out here in the eye. First down, here's the run with Martin. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Really tough drive, but that run helped salvage something there because now there's something positive that came out of it. They got to see good blocking, good push by the offensive line, wide receivers trying to get involved, a good run by the back, and now maybe it'll be a catalyst for them to look at going forward, watching it on tape. Maybe they can keep incorporating that type of a run into their offense.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And it'll bring up third down.
They decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice. Able to get a hand in and tip it away.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now they run with Sims. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
I'm not quite sure how he wasn't able to hold on to that one in the end zone. A great opportunity lost, but a lot of relief for the defensive guys. When they get into film next week, they're going to want to know what happened. Where was the breakdown that almost allowed a touchdown?
On second down, Winston again. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's third down. And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. On 3rd down, Winston. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. In 12 regular season games this last year for Bell, averaging over 150 yards from scrimmage. First 2 games in the playoffs were great, but, you know, getting injured in the final game probably leaves a bad taste in his mouth.
Leaves a bad taste, gives him fuel for the next season, though, because, remember, for the last few years, he hasn't been able to play a full season for various reasons. Now, going into next year, imagine those numbers over a 16-game season and heading in.
Trying to get it to Wheaton, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Keith Tandy. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day. And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
Again, it's Martin. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Third down, it's Doug Martin. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. In motion left, that's Jackson. On 4th down, they do snap it to Winston. He's got Evans. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. And that's the first connection, the number 1 overall pick in 2015, finding the number 7 pick in 2014 in Evans.
And what a great target Mike Evans is for Jameis Winston. Winston's a pretty accurate thrower.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Josh Huff, 43 yards. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. That's an old-fashioned death march there, partner. Took them a lot of plays, but, hey, they did the job.
And the defense always preaches getting off the field, making a play, and turning it back over to their own offense. Unable to do so. A long, sustained drive by the offense.
The Steelers' offense now, they head back onto the field. They come up in an offset eye. In motion, James, the tight end. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
For that kind of run on 1st down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. And he slings one that's incomplete. Marcus Wheaton was the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd and 5. let's see. The Bucs with 6 DBs, so a dime set here on third down. They'll fake the give to Williams. Now it's Roethlisberger. And he fires one, but incomplete. He was trying to find Ladarius Green there as tight end, and it's fourth down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on fourth down. Here we go on fourth down with Roethlisberger. He completes it to Bryant. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. Back to Heinz Field after this. They come up in an offset eye. Now a first down carry by Bell. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. Down the numbers. There he goes. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. The big boy's big dream right there. He got to rumble and stumble all the way for 6.
Nothing like big man with football, is there? I mean, that brings people onto their feet every single time. And his dream was answered on that one, wasn't it? It was realized. He picks it off. It takes it to the end zone.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on second down. A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son. And then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Let's go, defense. Here we go. Blue 30. Middle. Check three. Check three. Check three. Here we go. Here we go. Right over there. Right over Hurry up. Let's go. Let's face it. Kill. Hurry up, Mike. Hurry up. Check 15. Check 15.
Now a play fake here on first down. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
Fighting him off now. Bell hit. He lost the football. And I think the offense got it back. Yes, they did. At the 2-yard line is where they'll have it. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They come up in an offset eye. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Le'Veon Bell with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And he puts it through. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. And the drive begins here with Sims. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. And quickly, they get to the line.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Offense readies for a 2nd and 1. On second down, here's Roethlisberger. Sammy Coates has it complete. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They go play action here on first down. Got a man open. It's Darius Hayward-Bay. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. They'll get 32 yards there. And the Steelers are going to have a first down. And now they're in the hurry-up. Now Roethlisberger fighting through. He lost 9 there. That's really going to set him back for second down. Brown, the lone receiver, left. They go play action now. Roethlisberger. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. Third down here.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there.
Now Ben on 3rd and long. Out left side here to Bryant. They get 20 yards there on 3rd and 19 and an unlikely first down.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. They'll go back to the ground with Bell. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
One thing I know, defensive coaches love it when they don't have to invite their players to the party. This strong safety, you never have to ask him twice to help him run support. He's going to arrive and in a bad mood.
Sammy Coates, the intended target there. And it's 3rd down. Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. And he motions the wide receiver. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Darius Hayward-Bay from 19 yards away. And the Steelers are going to take the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now a second down throw for Winston. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. Throwing. Winston. And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. The Steelers' offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack there. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger going to hand to Bell. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
He went backwards there 8 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, anytime it's a toss or a pitch play, it's a battle for the edges. Who's going to control the edge of the line of scrimmage? In other words, can the defensive guys hold their leverage? What we were always taught was keep your outside arm or outside shoulder free if you were playing on the play side, meaning the ball coming towards you. And anyone coming from the backside, they're pinching down and sliding down towards it to try and keep people kind of locked into one spot. And, boy, what a great defensive play there. Weren't out leverage, running to the football from the inside out, turned into a big loss of yardage.
And Boswell's kick is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So a good kick there, and they wrap up the drive by putting 3 on the board.
And, you know, let's face it, you're not always going to come away with 6. Defense in the NFL are just too good. But you've got to come away with something. And there, they get 3.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. One receiver to the left is Evans. They go back to the air here after the INT. That incompletion, Charles, gives me a chance to put you on the clock real quick. NFC teams last year that did not make the playoffs that might make a push this coming year.
Well, 3 that come to mind right away that we thought were going to be in 2016. Minnesota, remember the start they got off to before that didn't work out so well for them. Arizona, we thought they were a lock to be in the playoffs. In fact, many of us called them Super Bowl contenders. And Carolina, the defending NFC champs going into last season, they didn't make it. So I think that all 3 could return to former glory. I'm going to give you one way off the pace here. You ready?
Let's go.
The Los Angeles Rams. They get the young quarterback going, and that defense continues to live up to expectations. They can make a real strong push in the West.
They've got the D. You're right. They just need the O. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Jameis to throw it. The target that time was Vincent Jackson. And that'll make it 3rd down.
When everything is in sync on defense, that means everyone's communicating. And sometimes it's nonverbal. They just know that when a receiver's in one spot, this person may have him, and he's in another spot, the next defender may have him. And they've squeezed the passing lanes down to where it's so difficult to find an open area to deliver the football. They've made it tough on him all game long.
And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now 4th down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Back now in Pittsburgh. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. 6 yards here to go for the offense on 2nd down.
These 2. Hey, watch that.
They come out here in the eye. On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
The ball was tipped and fell incomplete, but it was tipped up in the air, so the guys on defense, they had to feel like that was a big opportunity, and it was missed. They needed a play to help turn things around a little bit. Ball's in the air. Can they rally to it and get it? On that play, they weren't able to. They'll take the ball batted away, but boy, they missed a big chance there.
And Bryant's got it over the middle. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. And they're going to speed things up here.
And fit's the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Quan Alexander. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. A handoff to start the drive to Sims. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
2nd down, Winston. Forced out to his left. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. The tight end, Cameron Brate, was the target. And it's 3rd down.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Now Winston. He's got Evans. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible. Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other.
And now here is another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline? Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. He's going to fire one deep. And got his man complete. The 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Martavis Bryant, 85 yards. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Josh Huff, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
And on 2nd and 10 now.
Watch left, watch left. Watch screen.
The 2nd down throw for Winston. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So a ways to go here on 3rd and 10. They'll come out in the pistol. On 3rd down, Winston. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out. After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
2nd and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. And caught right side, Green. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that
Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Antonio Brown, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. So out come the Bucs now. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. On 2nd down, Winston again. Right side caught by Jackson. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. So completion on 2nd down, that brings up 3rd. Winston from the gun on 3rd down. Complete, he finds Bray. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. A 1st down throw for Winston. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Cameron Hayward in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. 2nd down, Winston. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Noah Spence in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Here we go. Blue 30.
Oh, Roethlisberger going to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Howard Jones in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. And the O-line will have to do a better job protecting here on 3rd down after that sack. A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger surveying the field. He'll rifle, and that's caught inside the 35. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Extra point now by Boswell. And the lead will grow by 1 more. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. They come out 5 wide. 3 of them to the right side. A 2nd down throw for Winston. He's got a man complete. Past the 20. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film. But this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
After the touchdown, Aguayo now ready for the kickoff. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
And he rifles one incomplete. Roethlisberger going to throw it. Flush to his right. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he's brought down, but not before getting across midfield to the 45.
And they just hit another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
The age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop it.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. They go play action with Roethlisberger. He'll rifle this one deep right side and give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. They'll run here with Sims. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying...